Hi, I'm Nicole Parmley with Evolved Women's Health, and today we are going to be talking about a topic that affects a lot of women. It is the fact that in today's healthcare system, women are often unseen, unheard, misunderstood, misdiagnosed, and completely dismissed, leading to a health crisis that spans our entire lives. We're going to take time to talk about what's wrong, how you can advocate for your own health, what comprehensive care really should look like, and how you can take control of your health and your body. So, I became aware of this problem when I made the transition from being a nutrition and fitness professional to the functional medicine sector. And both are important, or all three, I guess, are important. Um, and that's included in comprehensive care, and we'll get there later. But functional medicine really opened my eyes to the fact that so many of the chronic illnesses and chronic symptoms that women are experiencing are not just calories in and calories out. It's not a willpower issue. There's nothing wrong. They're not broken. It's so much more complex than that. It's hormones, it's gut health, it's inflammation. The list goes on and on and on. And that's when the light bulb went on that, hey, care is not comprehensive. People are not listening to women and they're not looking deep enough. So we need to change that. So all of this really hit home when I turned 40. For my 40th birthday, I swear to God, it was overnight, an extra 20 pounds. That was my gift to myself, was 20 extra pounds, all of it in my belly. And what's wild about it is I do all the things, right? I eat right, I sleep, I exercise, but I gained this weight anyway, and it wasn't going away. And so that's when it's kind of like you get a red car and then you start noticing all the red cars, right? That's when I started noticing the pattern, whether it was with my family or with friends or just conversations I was picking up on when I was out to dinner or whatever. I heard women talking. I saw women struggling with the same things, with the weight gain, with increasing anxiety, with pelvic floor dysfunction. Like I could do a whole episode on that because you know what? It affects me too. Okay. But hair loss, all of these things that start happening to us, most of us in middle age, and it's widespread, but we don't talk about it because it's embarrassing. And when we finally get fed up with feeling like crap and we go to our doctors, we never get answers and we never get to the root cause of the problem. So, in short, what I realized is that women aren't crazy, women aren't lying, okay? And aging is not a diagnosis, and neither is being a woman, okay? Those are not diagnoses. We're going to talk more about that. So, let's talk a little bit about the current system and about what's wrong, okay? So, the number one thing that's wrong is that women are not listened to by and large. We are not listened to, okay? And we're diagnosed with being women. It's wild, but it's the truth. Doctors are handing out prescriptions like candy, okay? And that is because of lazy medicine. That's right. That is what I am calling it. And I think it hits the nail on the head. I mean, we could say maybe it's rushed medicine with some providers, right? It's either lazy or it's rushed. Maybe it's both. Okay. In what I mean by that is we are going into our doctors with symptoms looking for relief. But instead of looking at the root cause and looking at the complete picture of what is going on with a woman. They just throw pills at us to cover up the symptoms. So it's not healthcare, it's symptom management. And we never get to the root cause. We never fix the problem. And so even with these pills, it just gets worse. We're not actually healing. So this is akin, I love this analogy. One of my mentors would use it when he was explaining functional medicine. What is happening essentially is we're taking a car to the mechanic, right? So pretend you've got a car, engine light, the check engine light goes on. You take your car into the mechanic, and the mechanic looks at the light. Oh, let me fix that for you. And he goes and he gets some masking tape and he puts it over the check engine light, turns to you and says, good to go. Okay, that is what is happening to us, to our bodies. We're having the check engine light coming on. Maybe it's hair loss, maybe it's weight gain, maybe it's fatigue, maybe it's some kind of chronic GI distress, right? That check engine light is on. We go into the mechanic, aka the doctor. We tell them, hey, check engine light is on, and they go and they get the masking tape. Okay, the masking tape is pills. The masking tape is surgeries, cutting pieces of your body out. I think about the thyroid a lot. Instead of actually figuring out what's wrong, instead of actually popping the hood and finding out what's wrong and fixing it. So we see the problem. Okay, we acknowledge the problem. What do we do? Where do we go from here? And we have to change to comprehensive care. We need our care to be unrushed. We need our providers to be curious. And we need integrative care, integrative medicine, right? We need to look at lifestyle factors, nutrition, sleep, movement, stress management. And then those are the big ones. Those are the needle movers, right? And then we support with pharmaceuticals, and we inform all of that with testing. So in short, comprehensive care means we test, we provide mentorship and coaching for lifestyle change because it's hard. Okay. Chances are your food is making you sick. That was my experience, and it has been the experience of countless other people. Okay. Chances are your food's making you sick. Ever tried to change your diet by yourself? It's hard. Okay. Same thing with exercise. I'm probably not telling you anything new. Okay. But that mentoring, that coaching, that accountability for lifestyle change, that is part of comprehensive care. We have tried the model where we tell people, oh, you need to lose weight. It is not effective. Right? Test, coach, and mentor. Okay? And then we need to support with pharmaceuticals if necessary. So that is what integrative care looks like. And you know what? Even before testing, we're going to listen. We're going to listen to you, to how you're feeling. You should have a provider that is listening to you and who believes you. So how does this change things? How does this change your life? How does this change the lives of women if we can start moving into this model of comprehensive care? Number one, you are not going to be nearly as overwhelmed. You are going to spend a lot less time Googling your symptoms and trying to figure out why they're not going away and buying every supplement under the sun and still being frustrated. Okay? You're going to get to live your life because you have a provider who is delivering results because they're not being lazy. They're being curious and they're doing the work. Okay. You're also going to actually see your symptoms go away, right? Or at least be reduced so you can live with them. so that they're not the number one thing on your mind. Okay, this is also going to give you autonomy over your healthcare because you're not confused anymore. Things aren't in the dark. You have a provider who is running the tests and who is talking about the test results with you in depth, not just, yeah, your lipids are a little bit high. We're going to put you on a statin. Okay, so you're educated. You know what's going on. You are part of the plan. You are part of the effort. You are on a team. Okay, it's going to decrease your stress. So when we move to comprehensive care, it helps women get healthy on multiple levels for multiple reasons. So what do you do now? Okay. Number one, make sure you have a provider who is listening to you. If you ever go into your provider and you feel like they have dismissed you, they have gaslighted you in any way, that they only spend 5 minutes with you, fire your doctor. If I had any tagline to put on the bottom of this screen, it would be that. Fire your doctor. Okay. If they're a bad doctor, if you have a healthcare provider who is listening to you, who is running the tests you are asking to have run, who is sitting down and explaining those things, if you have a provider who's doing that, do not let them go. Hang on to that provider. But the reality of the situation is that in most cases, that is not what is happening. Do not be afraid to fire your doctor. And go find one who is willing to do the work and who is willing to work with you in a collaborative way for your health. Okay, so that's the first thing. Make sure you have a good provider. The second thing, ask for the tests. If you believe your hormones are off because there's nothing else to explain how you are feeling, ask your provider to run the test. If the provider refuses, fire your doctor. There is no reason they should refuse you a test. It's not like you're drug seeking. And it is amazing to me how many doctors refuse to run these tests. Now, you may have to pay out of pocket for some of these because some of these are not covered by insurance. And that's a whole other video. Okay. But if you're willing to pay for it, there is no reason your doctor should refuse you a test. Okay. Find a good provider, ask for the test, look for comprehensive care. Okay. If your doctor is saying to you, lose weight, but they don't offer anything to help you do that or any good resources to help you do that, they say it like it's easy. You either have to fire your doctor or you are going to have to go outside and find a nutritionist, find a personal trainer, find someone who can actually help you turn those test results into actions. So those are 3 things that you can do. You can pick one. You don't have to do all 3. If you can find a good provider, that's going to make your life easier. If I had to say pick one of those to do, it is find a good provider and do not be afraid to, say it with me, fire your doctor. Of course, you can always give us a call at Evolved Women's Health, or you can visit our website. It's evolvedwomenshealth.com, and evolved is past tense, that's ed, evolvedwomenshealth.com. You can schedule a call. I will be the one who speaks with you. And you can also just give us a call. We are at 801-477-6484. And like I said, my name is Nicole. More than anything, I hope you walk away from this video with a little better understanding of what's wrong, what's acceptable and what's not, and how you can advocate for yourself and your health. Bye.